Exactly 2 years back on this day, a breaking news from Bollywood changed the industry forever. It was the death of one of its most promising young stars, whose journey in Tinsel Town had begun only a few years ago. But in these few years, the young and talented Sushant Singh Rajput had carved a niche for himself, without a godfather or any prior connection within the industry. But his dream run was cut short, and it all came to a grinding halt with his sudden death on 14 June 2020 at his palatial flat in Mumbai's Bandra area. He was only 34 years old. What had started as yet another suicide case soon took an entirely unexpected turn when many discrepancies began creeping out of the closet about the months, weeks, days, and moments leading up to his death. A lot happened in these last 2 years. His girlfriend Riya Chakravarti and her brother were accused of wrongdoings by his family. The two went to jail in drugs case. His friend and colleague Siddharth Pithani, who last saw Sushant Singh alive, kept changing his testimony, and eventually he too landed behind the bars. The NCB started cracking down on Bollywood drug nexus and mafia, and even hauled up the high and mighty from the B-town. Political parties benefited immensely from the SSR case at state and national level. The case was used to achieve political mileage in the name of justice for Sushant Singh Rajput. Journalists and investigators mushroomed overnight on YouTube and started competing with news channels in giving every minute detail of the case, both often with little regard for the truth. Bollywood, of course, paid a heavy price because of the public anger over the case, and it continues to pay that, with calls for boycott Bollywood trending almost daily. Filmmakers like Karan Johar and critics like Rajiv Masan got called out as they were accused of scuttling Sushant Singh's career and damaging his prospects within the industry. The public even demanded answers for Disha Salyan's mysterious death, but till date it's shrouded in mystery, just like the SSR case, despite multiple central agencies probing it. And finally, the AIMS panel head Sudhir Gupta ruled out the possibility of murder, but the ire of his fans and trolls refused to die down. And 2 years after his death, as the CBI continues to maintain that the case is being probed from all angles, we bring you a consolidated account of what Sushant Singh Rajput's fellow actors from Bollywood have to say about his death and the trend of boycott Bollywood itself.
Actually, I'll tell you what. When Sushant passed away, I felt very sad, and I don't know. See, I didn't know Sushant. I didn't know him as a person. I didn't know him. I used to see his films in the theaters. In fact, I saw Kedarnath, I saw Chichore and all that. I really liked his work as an actor. But being in the industry, see, I'm a flop actor, so I didn't have a standing. And he was already somewhere up. He had done very well in such a short time, and amazing work. And he's a genius. I mean, whatever. So I came to know all about Sushant after he passed away. Sadly, right. Unfortunately. Actually, I'll tell you one thing, Ronak. As a director now, and what I'm seeing, जो हाल हो रहा है Bollywood का, इतनी बैशिंग हो रही है सब, और सबके पोल भी खुल रहे हैं यार. तो मैं बहुत डर गया हूँ कि अगर मैं डायरेक्टर हूँ तो किसके साथ काम करूँ यार, क्योंकि मेहनत तो उतनी करेंगे और इन लोग का नाम खराब है तो पिक्चर ही कोई देखने ही नहीं जाएगा. एक समस्या हो गई यार. एज ए एक्टर भी काम करो, लेकिन नाम कितना खराब है सबका यार, एंड सबके पोल खुल रहे हैं. तो मतलब एज एन यू अंडरस्टैंड माय एफर्ट डालो, और किसी ने कुछ गलत कर दिया, कुछ पंगा ले लिया तो गई फिल्म यार. तो कैसे चलेगा यार, बहुत हालत खराब है इंडस्ट्री.
I want to ask you before we end the interview, like right now there's a lot of things going on in Bollywood, boycott Bollywood, itna chal raha hai. Like for me as a reviewer also on my channel, when I put out a movie review, there are comments coming, why are you showing us movie reviews, we don't want to know, we want to boycott Bollywood. What do you make of this?
Yeah, I think it's a reaction, and it's natural, it's an emotional reaction. लोग नाराज तो हैं, and नाराज होने के लिए वजह भी है. There is a reason. It's not that everything is beautiful, everything is clean, everything is clear. It is my family, Bollywood. Yes. I'm in this family.
Your father has been.
My father has been in this family. Yeah. And sometimes ऐसा होता है कि within family also some people bully, some people are not nice, some people don't treat family members well, some people don't allow other people to come into the family. लोगों को आने नहीं दे देते हैं. They're cliquish, clannish, lobbies. ये सारी चीजें होती है. हर परिवार में पॉलिटिक्स अपने लेवल पे होता है, इसीलिए तो एकता ने इतनी सक्सेसफुल सीरियल्स बनाई है इस पे. बट माई पॉलिसी हैज बीन डिफरेंट. आई डोंट बिलीव इन रिवेंज. आई डोंट बिलीव कि बदला लो. मारो पिक्चरों के लिए अच्छा है. आई बिलीव दैट इफ यू आर एंग्री, इफ यू हैव हेट्रेड इन योर हार्ट, You are drinking poison and expecting somebody else to die. आप खुद जहर पी रहे हो बोलते हो वो मर जाए, ऐसा थोड़ी होता है. डिटॉक्स करो, ये भी डिटॉक्स है सब.
जो चल रहा है बॉलीवुड में, ये पूरी एक लहर चल पड़ी है बॉयकॉट बॉलीवुड की. व्हाट डू यू मेक ऑफ इट?
कर दो बॉयकॉट, कर दो. मत बुलाओ, फिर कॉन्क्लेव में मत बुलाओ, टॉक में मत बुलाओ, एड्स में मत देखो, गाने मत सुनो. कर दो बॉयकॉट, कर दो.
But do you think something like that is practically possible? And it's coming from a certain section of audience which seem to be miffed.
No, it's not coming from any audience. Audience has lots to worry about, bro. If you're living in India, you would know that the cost of diesel and petrol, you're in the Gulf, so you probably have it cheaper, is touching 100. So Indians have lots to worry about,
Of
like
course,
this
yeah.
economy, the lockdown, the pandemic. This is a certain section of people who have different interests from within the industry that they are calling for boycott.
The current wave of boycott Bollywood that has started, and it's becoming like on social media. What do you make of it?
What is that? I've not even heard of that.
सुशांत सिंह राजपूत का जो केस है वो अभी कल परसों उनकी फर्स्ट ईयर एनिवर्सरी हुई, लेकिन अब तक लोग कह रहे हैं कि जस्टिस नहीं मिली. उस पर तो कोई रिएक्शन होगा आपका, आई एम श्योर. डू यू स्टिल बिलीव दैट देयर इज होप फॉर जस्टिस इन द केस?
I would like to say there is hope for life. The question mark is this right now, जो हालात और समय चल रहा है.
Absolutely.
We are living in the hope कि tomorrow are we going to be alive or no?
That is
Every आज की तारीख में तो ऊपर वाले का शुक्रगुजार है कि सुबह आप उठते हैं और सूरज देख पाते हैं. तो ये हकीकत है जिंदगी की और सच्चाई की.
nothing is more important than that.
Right now, what the circumstances, whereas you're talking about Sushant, जस्टिस मिले, आप मुझसे पूछ रहे हैं तो मैं आपको सवालों का जवाब देना चाहूंगी. जस्टिस की उम्मीद पे दुनिया कायम है आज भी. आप हम सब we are living in the version of word and feeling and going to happen. Hope, HOPE.
और वैसे भी केस चल रहा है अभी, तो
So-
you can never say what can happen.
So दुख बात है क्योंकि बेसिकली 14 तारीख को उनका
आप कभी मिले थे उनसे या did you have
नो आई हैवंट वर्कड विद, आज तक मेरी काम मैंने साथ में नहीं किया, मुलाकात भी शायद नहीं हुई कभी. और नहीं.
The other thing I wanted to ask you, slightly sensitive. आजकल इंडिया में जो चल रहा है boycott Bollywood, the whole SSR case, everything has happened, and a lot of Bollywood celebrities spoke to during the lockdown as well. They said things which made a lot of sense also, but at the same time it made them stay away from the whole topic. What is your take on that?
Boycott Bollywood?
Boycott Bollywood, or the way SSR case, completely turned out in the media.
I would say that there's so many trends which are happening. कभी एक trend आता है, दूसरा आ जाता है, फिर तीसरा, चौथा. Unable to keep following up with the trends, but I think there's a lot of it is happening because of the public, because everyone went through a trauma of Sushant's. So even I went through the same trauma which public is going with. So I think it is the result of that thing.
And do you support the movement that has been, like, so many fans have come forward to ask for justice? Whether it happens or not, we don't know, but you support it.
I support justice for Sushant Singh Rajput. Is the moment I support.
Nothing else. Boycott Bollywood trend, which kind of just trends after every. Your film doesn't get it. Ayushman, you are very blessed, by the way.
I don't know. I have nothing to say. Seriously. As I said, we just ignore trolls, so what's the point?
I know. And finally, nepotism. One thing that comes to your mind when I say this word.
I think it's such a hackneyed debate, like it's been done to death. I don't want to talk about nepotism at all because I think it's a talent which shines, irrespective whether your father was a producer or he was a shopkeeper. Doesn't matter.
Absolutely. Ever since the Sushant Singh Rajput case happened, like, everybody went into this whole tizzy about boycott Bollywood, which happens almost on every other day, every other film. Do you have any take on that? What do you make of it? I'm sure you do also get affected, or you think about it in your free time, or when your films are coming out, your work is.
No, Ronak, I don't really pay very much attention to that, because I think it's also a lot to do with what is it driven by. Of course, with Sushant's case, it was such a big shock that obviously everybody, all these fans wanted answers. But I think that also comes from a place of loss. And that you have to respect that, and you have to let that heal in time. And if you overreact to it, or if you get yourself involved in that too much, or in that feeling, or in being, immerse yourself in the heaviness of, does it affect a film? Does it affect the industry? I think we must all respect intentions. We must all respect people's sense of loss, and also understand that where is it coming from? Is it driven by politics? Is it driven by people's emotions? Is it driven by what? And react accordingly. I think it's, as long as there is dialogue in anything, whether it's a agreement or disagreement, there has to be a dialogue, and as long as that is respected, I think anything can be sorted out.
Very well said, actually. A lot of people just shy away from talking about it, but it's a reality that we are living with. See, it's not like ek baar hua aur chala gaya. Like Boycott Bollywood, almost every day it comes, and people like even like me, somebody who's a reviewer with the Times of India, and I'm reviewing films. When I put out stuff on social media, even I get trolled that why you it's my job, it's my bread and butter, So
yeah, but that's what I'm affected by it so much, because you have to understand a lot of times it's driven by different motives, and you have to respect that and just let that die. It's a natural death, or get its good conclusion, whatever is expected of that situation and that at that time. Yeah, the closure of, yes.